Mom, Chris, Grammy, Christine. The measure of success is not static. It is dynamic. It pervades around you. It emanates from you. For us, your success is a whisper in the wind. For when Casey looks into Lucy and Tucker's eyes and tells them how important they are, when I hug Mia and see James run around smiling, when Meg takes a deep breath and enters a meeting with confidence, when Dad sits down at the table and looks up and takes a moment and sees you, when John looks at Casey and sees the mother and wife she has become, when Brian wonders where Meg's strength and will come from, when Marion jumps when the children laughingly scare her, we all know where these things come from. Chris, thank you for raising Casey. She is a marvel of a woman, a mother and wife who is patient and nurturing. She is my inspiration in raising our kids. She is a fiercely independent woman and capable of excellence beyond her pursuits. She is the love of my life. There are many things for you to be proud of and many milestones to mark your success. I am thankful in particular for the one I am married to. Grammy, you are always nice. You take me to Duchess and get grilled cheese and french fries. You do things to make me happy because you love me. You like to look at toys and play with toys, and you always hug and kiss me. You paint with me and Tucker and Lucy and James, and Tucker and Lucy love you too, and so does James. You have 2 houses, and I like it when I get to go to your houses, because you are there. Mom, I have always felt empowered as a woman, and that is due in great part to you. You are a feminist because you taught your daughters and son that gender roles are not set in stone. I am able to live in a time of women respecting women, and that is because of people like you. My attitudes towards other women have been molded by your example. I have respect for all women and mothers who have a choice to make and who do what is right for them. I perpetuate your example by telling the women I know who are struggling with their choices or who say, I couldn't do what you do, that it is an amazing time to be a woman where we can all make choices about our careers based on what is best for us as individuals, not based on what society tells us we have to do. Mom, you were brave to stay home with us. You were brave to call yourself a feminist and a housewife. You were brave to realize that everyone is fighting the good fight, and it is much easier if we, as women, stick together instead of judging each other based on the feminist movement. You are pretty amazing. It showed me how much can be accomplished when your husband leaves for work before the school bus and comes home at 7 p.m. at night. I feel like, as kids, you just never stopped moving forward, and it was a wonderful example to live by. Christine, I remember so much so vividly. I remember waiting in terrible traffic, trying to pick you up on our first date. I was so late and so worried you'd be done with me. I remember when you told me your parents told you you wouldn't be returning to University of Maryland. I remember the drives to see you every weekend, going under the Joppa Road Bridge on 95 every Friday and knowing I was halfway there. I remember the winter phone calls in the phone booth in Arlington, Mass. While I was in law school. I remember marrying you, the wedding night in New York, then the drive to Mass with the car full of gifts, dumping them in our basement apartment and then heading to the ferry to go to Nantucket. Remember when we were in New York that one night on the rooftop of our friend's apartment building overlooking Manhattan, and you started to cry looking at the vastness of the city? How could we live there? And shortly after, finding the place we could barely afford in Riverdale and starting the New York adventure. I remember dancing at the Rainbow Room the night before Casey was born. I remember the call. I was to be a father, and you took the express bus to the doctor's office, then found out you were in labor. You went to New York Hospital, and our lives changed forever. Then it was like a blur. 5 years later, a woman's lying in the hospital, the bed breaking during contractions as you tried to raise it to fight back labor. But Jimmy still came. Then Meg at Brigham and Women's Hospital, walking around for 30 hours until she finally completed our family of 5. Grammy, when I hit a rock and fell, you had Band-Aids for me. You helped me put on my coat. When you pick me up from school, it is my favorite day, and I love you. And you always put on a song in the car and take me to Harry's for lunch. You pushed me in a leaf pile, and I laughed. You take care of me and always keep me safe. Chris, when I look at your family, there are many things that should bring you great pride. You have 3 happy and healthy children who are very successful and driven because you continue to stand by them in every way, shape, and form. You are their biggest fans. You are a wonderful grandmother to each of your grandchildren and treat them all as individuals. Your love is not universal, it is unique to each child. You are not just a survivor, you fight. And I know that is where Jim gets his strength and willpower. And you take great care of the husband that you clearly love. He would starve without you, both figuratively and literally. Mom, you deserve to look at your life as a success for many reasons. I feel we as a family are successful because of you. You have given us so much to pass down as we get older. We have traditions to foster in our kids. Christmas morning, family vacations, family dinners, Sunday breakfast. I hope it makes you proud that we are happy. Your children are successful in their careers and life goals and are determined to achieve excellence. We got this from your example as a mother, but also from your volunteerism. You showed us we can always do more. Most importantly, I have found a partner in my life who brings out the best in me, and I continue to develop a deeper bond with him because of the values you fostered in me. I respect that I know not to take life too seriously, and still know how to sing "Those Were the Days, My Friend" at the top of my lungs. Thank you, Mom. Grammy. James couldn't put coherent thoughts together, but when I said, "Do you love Grammy?" he said yes. Then I said, "Let's FaceTime her." He turned and ran and grabbed his running shoes and said, "I'll show her my running shoes." When your face came on the screen, he said, "Hi, Gammy, watch me, Gammy." Then he ran, which is his favorite thing to do, and grabbed all his toys and started showing them to Grammy. James knows already how great Grammy is. She always makes you feel important. Chris, there are 4 categories that I can think of that determine your individual success. The first is marriage. You found a partner to go through life with on your first try. Few are this fortunate. You support each other. Your support for Jim is visible in the support you showed for his career, running for local office, and his baseball fanaticism. Just look in your basement. The second category is as a parent. You have raised 3 successful children, all of which went to and graduated from college. In addition, you continue to celebrate their successes and are there for them when they need you. Third, you have done and seen so much. World travels, baseball parks, Broadway shows, boating, elections. You even know how to sew, use a table saw, make curtains and pajamas. You know how to embrace opportunities to do and learn more. Fourth, and lastly, you have people who care for you and love you. The support that was shown to you while you fought cancer, the trip to New York to celebrate, your kids surprising you this past Mother's Day, and the excitement your grandkids have when they see you and spend time with you demonstrates your success. Mom, I notice your success in my day-to-day life. When I give students advice, when I tell them how they should face their problems, when I encourage them after they have let me down and themselves down. You have taught me more than you will know about how to get up and dust yourself off and move forward. I respect the way you face your life. You wear your heart on your sleeve, and you tell people what you think. I get this straight from you. Thank you for being in my corner throughout my journey thus far. You have always been straight with me. I hope that you know how successful you have been in life. As your son, I feel it is my responsibility to protect you, but I have long since learned that it has always been the other way around. Always remember, Mom, you are beautiful. Grammy. You have raised kind, loving, caring, wonderful children, and that is a reflection of you. I love my mom, and you did a great job raising her. You protected me when I fell down the stairs, and you hurt yourself to do so. Grammy, I want you to know that you stand out in an ocean of people. You are not like anyone else. So, Chris, Mom, Grammy, Christine, we love you and would be nothing without you. Remember this always. There's a story behind everything. How a picture got on a wall, how a scar got on your face. Sometimes the stories are simple, and sometimes they are hard and heartbreaking. But behind all your stories is always your mother's story, because hers is where yours begins.